finally here. 725 and Larry G unscripted. WWE talk. And whatever else comes to mind. It's been a long wait. But here we are from Las Vegas. So what's up, Larry G? What's good? What's going on?
What's going on, man? You know, just here. Excited.
Excited for a debut, huh?
Excited. Debut. Episode 1. Don't even know what to expect, man. Let's just hope it's a good one.
Straight off the dome, man. I mean, organic, no script. You know, this is what it's all about, you know?
Yeah. We have an idea of what we want to talk about, but we don't know in what order. But, you know, we just go with the flow.
Well, basically, for the audience out there, you know, I know we have no followers right now, but, you know, eventually we're probably going to get some, I hope. But basically, our podcast is going to be about recapping, you know, what happened on Monday and on Tuesday as far as Raw and Smackdown Live are concerned. And, you know, basically giving you our opinions. You know, we've been watching wrestling for a very long time. Larry's a huge aficionado, you know. This is his forte here.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
You know, and me, myself, you know, I stopped watching wrestling for 17 years, but I'm all in right now, so... You know, we basically want to give our opinions and make some predictions on the show, right?
Yeah, and then just more, you know, a lot more. We don't do predictions, just anything, insight and just what we think, and then just a lot of other stuff, man. So it's gonna be fun, very fun.
All right. Well, this is just to start off the show podcast. Kind of interesting that last week, well, not last week, actually on Monday, your favorite wrestler, Sasha Banks, was apparently like 15 minutes away from where you live, and you didn't show up.
Yeah, interesting story. So you know, I was at Smith's night at the Echoplex, you know, and I got a text from you that says, you know, a tweet that says that she's gonna be in Walmart, Porter Ranch. On Rinaldi, I'm like, oh shit, and I was just like, that's crazy, and my thought was just like, oh man, people must be lining up now, and then, you know, in hindsight, like, not, because, you know, people showed up, like 2,000 people showed up to like one of her signings, right? I'm just like here thinking the worst, like that shit happened in El Paso, imagine LA or in the LA County area, and like looking back, I'm just reading, and like not that many people showed up. Not 1,000 people didn't even show up. So just like probably who knows, probably a little over 200 maybe, because obviously they sold all their tickets.
They did sell out because some people were tweeting that they missed out.
Yeah.
So I mean,
so a couple hundred, and definitely not 1,000.
Yeah.
Probably not even 500. So so that happened. The thing about me is just like, should I go or should I not? Am I ready? Am I ready to meet? Because, to be honest with you, when it comes to people I admire, I'm terrible at going up to them, meeting them. You know, growing up, you know, back in that rap rock era, you know, Limp Bizkit was like the shit. You know,
remember that.
So I used to work at Lids and Sherman Oaks, and a bunch of people would show up. Fred Durst walks into my store.
And you
didn't say a word to that guy.
You're starstruck.
A bit. I'm just like, dude, it's fucking Fred Durst. I didn't say anything.
Why?
I don't know.
You're scared. You get scared.
Maybe. I mean, at the thing about it, like right now, Fred Durst is not really. Yeah, he's a big deal, but not like now.
Not like back then. Back then, he was peaking.
Yeah.
My way. It's my way.
Yes, and okay, and then I would go to Amoeba Records often. The singer of my favorite hardcore band, I saw him there. I'm like, I look up to this guy, like, dude, this guy's like the shit. I saw him, I was like, buy him. I didn't say shit. I was just like, it's just, yeah, that's how it is.
So,
and then
how you gonna do Kenny Omega? How you gonna do?
I don't know. Kenny Omega is like very friendly, and he seems very inviting, like. Very cool.
So basically, you.
It depends, because I mean, to be honest, like with Fred Durst, he was just silent, didn't say a word. He was just by himself with like his girlfriend or his wife and his kid. So I guess once this was his family, I
You
wasn't
gotta be
really like.
respectful. You gotta be
And then,
respectful.
yeah, and then the other guy, the singer at Amoeba, he was talking to someone first of all, like one of the workers, and he's a very quiet person as well. So it's kind of like, hey man, what's up? He's like, hey man, what's up? And like it's just very awkward. I feel like it'll be very
Yeah.
awkward. And but that's the thing, like I mean, with Sasha, it's pretty much like you know, you pretty much know what to expect, like the basic, hey, what's up?
Ah.
But and people always tell me like, hey, dude, like, what are you gonna tell her if you see her? And I'm just like, I don't know, like, I don't know what I'm gonna tell her. Like, I just something stupid, like I'm sure, but like, I don't know. And
Ah.
then it's just, I mean, looking back at it now, it's like, man, it's not really a big deal. I mean, I would like to meet her. If I don't, cool. If I do, even
I
better.
was
But I
just
mean,
I was just disappointed because I figure this guy's gonna jump on this shit right now. You know, he's gonna
yeah,
drive his ass over there.
yeah,
He's gonna fly over there. I mean, I was like, he's gonna meet her before I meet her. You know, if I get to
shit.
meet her in Orlando,
I'm giving you the
but I'm
honors.
like, I'm the polar opposite of you. Like when I see somebody, I mean, unless they're with their family or if they're eating, like if they're eating, I'm not gonna go up to them. You know?
Yeah, no, definitely. You and I are different when it comes to that. I mean, you met the Bella twins, and those are your girls, man. Just like Sasha's my girl, the Bella twins, Nikki,
I
and you
mean,
did it. You took
honestly,
it.
I was a dick because I didn't even really acknowledge Brie Bella that day.
Oh man.
like, like,
Hey, I don't blame
I
you.
legit I think when the photo was over, I just went over and shook her hand and I just left. You know.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean, as far as if I see somebody, I usually just go up to them and I don't care about making a fool out of myself, just for the simple
yeah.
fact that I know that I'm never gonna see you again, most likely. You know.
Possibly.
So odds are that I'm never gonna see you again. So therefore, if I make a fool out of myself, like it doesn't really matter. Like
Okay, first impression. Right?
kind of like when my girl spotted Nikki Bella wearing the little Divas belt that I gave her. Like
Right.
she basically said, you know what, screw the line, I'm cutting through, and I'm gonna ask Nikki if I can get a picture of that. You know, and
Yeah,
and security was kind enough to let her in, and that was because obviously Nikki gave her permission, but like something like that. Because for me, it's kind of like one of those things that hardly ever happens. So if it's hardly ever gonna happen, you might as well take advantage of the moment. You
yeah,
know. But I get what you're saying. Like I guess you can get either you get starstruck or you just don't care.
yeah. I mean, this is how I see it. For me, I'm gonna have another chance. I know I'm gonna have another chance. Like I just like how you say it's possible. You may not see this person again. I may never have this chance. But for me, my mindset is like I'm gonna see her again. Like the day's gonna come. Like of course I'm gonna
Ah,
meet.
so you're
That's how I
so
see
you're
it.
pretty confident then.
Yeah, I mean I'm not like you would think how to feel, but I'm like fuck, dude, I fucking blew it. Nah, dude, I'm like it's gonna come. I'm gonna meet her someday. And even if I don't, man. I mean, I'll just go to Raw, watch her wrestle Charlotte like I always do,
Oh shit.
because they seem to wrestle each other every time they're in LA, and that's cool. Just like being there.
She always wins
Um,
when you go.
yeah,
It's like
I'm the good
it's like
looker,
the
bro.
universe knows. You know.
The universe knows,
So
and
so both of
yeah,
us got screwed then because I was feeling bad that I didn't get to see her at the fight shop, and then a couple days later she shows up in the freaking valley where we always hang out in Porter Ranch.
yeah. I mean, I guess I screwed myself. I mean, it's all
Yeah,
me. You don't really have a choice. I mean, you don't
yeah,
know. It's not like she
that's
announced
true.
it.
That was weird.
But
That was
see,
weird. I gotta admit it.
that was weird. Yeah, it's just what's going. Oh no.
Unexpected. But moving on from that topic, so Raw.
Yes,
I mean,
I was
you were
there.
there. You were
I was there live. Let the listeners
you were there.
know. I was Monday Night Raw live, so I got to see stuff that wasn't on
So
TV. For
before you get into
example,
that,
yeah, yeah,
though, I gotta mention that I'm very paranoid with people spoiling shit. You know.
yeah,
So
yeah. I don't know.
so so basically, I don't really like to know what the heck is gonna happen until I find out with my own eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
right.
when it comes to Monday and Tuesday, I avoid social media just because I know you're on there and I follow your stuff. You know?
Yeah, I mean, likewise with me. I mean, I follow WWE, so
Oh
they
man,
as soon as something
they
happens, they
post it.
post it. So I can't.
You don't want to see it.
I can't. And dude, there's so many times I spoiled it for myself. I'm on Instagram. I hate that Instagram they shuffle the pictures. It doesn't go like by time
They just
order
put
anymore.
whatever they want.
And so like they just I'm like, oh, fuck, I just spoiled it for myself.
Uh,
Yeah. But continue.
so I'm at work. I'm trying to show off your seats to my coworker, my supervisor, right? I'm trying to show him
Yeah.
off. Be like, look at this view. I could have been there with this guy, but you had to make me work. I'm trying to make him feel bad, you know? Giving him the shits.
Right.
He's like, yeah, whatever. You and your freaking Sasha Banks, whatever. You always say that you miss the opportunities, but and you blame it on work. I'm like, yeah, it's true, you know. So, anyways, I show him the picture, and you know how on Snapchat, you know, it's got like a little second thing, you know, where it goes 5 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
So it skips. I don't know, I see The Rock come out.
The Rock, like what the hell?
I'm like, no, I don't want to see this.
He's like, hey, click. What'd you say? Click out.
I
Click
click
out.
out ASAP, and then he starts giving me the shits. He's like,
he's like, what the hell?
he's
He went
like,
too
you
far.
realize that I'm about to go home already, and I'm about to go watch Raw, and you just showed me what happens at the beginning. I'm like, well, I was like, I didn't know that he posted that. Like, I was just gonna show you his. I had no idea because I had no idea you posted that. You know, so I was like, oh man, you know, like I already know how this stupid show is gonna start. Like now The Rock's gonna come out, and then right away I got a text from you. Like, I guess you must have seen that my name popped up on the video, and I got a text saying, nah, that's not a spoiler. That's a movie scene. And I'm like, what? So then it made sense when you said that. I guess they were filming during the dark matches, right?
Okay, so this is what happened. So before Raw, so I was on Twitter. I do follow Meltzer, and then they're talking about like The Rock and whatever. Like he's gonna show up or whatever. I'm like, what's going on? And then he's all like, The Rock is gonna appear before they go on live. Yeah. Like he's there with the camera crew filming this movie about Paige. I'm like, what the hell? He's gonna be there? And so yeah, soon enough, like 5-10 minutes before Raw goes live, The Rock's music hits, and everyone's like going crazy. He comes out and he explains like, once Raw leaves, you guys ain't going anywhere. You guys are gonna see us film the scene where Paige defeats AJ Lee, where she makes her debut, defeats AJ Lee. I'm like, oh damn, that's crazy. And so he explains that, and then Vince McMahon comes out and kind of like, he doesn't really say much. I think he just says like, you're fired, like jokingly. Yeah. And then, you know, he comes out, Vince comes out for a little bit, and then they go back, and then Raw begins. So that's what happened. And then,
what did you think about the opening? What did you think about Kevin Owens in the dark room sitting there with the spotlight on him?
Yeah, that was crazy. What I like about that is that he legit didn't like Goldberg growing up. He was a WWF guy, and he's like, dude, I didn't like, you know, I wasn't into your hype back then, or I didn't think you're like this shit back then. That's like legit. Like he really didn't like Goldberg. He didn't give a crap about him.
He never liked WCW.
And so, so when he was talking, like, dude, this is like legit. This is him like talking, and so it's not like, oh, dude, this is what you're gonna say. Like he legit doesn't like him, and that's what made it cool. I'm like, damn, because I read about this and he mentioned it, and so just knowing that, you know, back in my head, like,
it's real.
Damn,
it's
I
real.
didn't talk about that. It was real.
I mean, I don't like the fact that, I mean, obviously, I know this is one of your predictions. I mean, even if you didn't tell me this prediction, I probably would have seen it coming anyway. That they're gonna fight and that Goldberg's gonna win.
Yeah.
Just because of the simple fact that that's kind of obvious. Just because Goldberg's pretty much unbeatable, you know.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, they built, but it's okay. So for him to beat Lesnar like in a minute 26, whatever, and then to lose a KO is just kind of like, it'll be like, you can't really do that. Like, what's the like?
How's that gonna make him look going into WrestleMania? You know.
Exactly. He can't lose going like the pay-per-view for WrestleMania. So it's
the only other way that he probably can't win but doesn't lose is if somebody like interrupts the match. But I don't think that's gonna happen. You know.
That's the easy way out, right?
That's like the easy way out, where maybe there's an allegiance happening here where Samoa Joe is apparent.
You know what? I have an idea that could happen, probably won't, but I have an idea that could happen. And this is something I haven't even read about or anything. This is just off what I think. I think Goldberg, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho comes out, attacks KO, disqualification, and then that sets up a title match with Jericho and KO, and then Goldberg
Lesnar.
and Lesnar has their own thing. That could happen, but I mean, probably not. But I mean, that's something that'd be a
A
nice
little twist.
little swerve, little twist. Just instead of everyone thinks it's like, oh shit, Lesnar and Goldberg for the title. Maybe it's Kevin Owens and Jericho for the title, but who knows,
Yeah.
man? So yeah, those are two scenarios right there.
I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out because I mean, a lot of the things that were expected are probably still going to happen, but there's definitely been a lot of things that we didn't see coming. Where
Yeah,
you know, like yesterday, even yesterday in Smackdown, as soon as the episode opened, I was like, "What is this?" Like Naomi's giving up the belt.
yeah. Something what Stephanie wanted Bailey to do, like what the day
Yeah,
before.
except that she actually did it, but obviously she's injured.
Yeah,
But when that happened,
right.
I was like, "Wow, this is like I've never like." Because for me, it was Naomi is gonna be in WrestleMania because of
Yeah,
Orlando, the hometown, and it just seemed even before she won the belt, I felt like she was gonna be a part of the women's fight.
yeah.
You know, but then when she was champion, I was like, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to go to WrestleMania and have to witness Feel the Glow, which I wasn't very happy about, but
Yeah.
whatever, it's still the event. So when she had to hand over the title, I was like, whoa, this is like, what's going on here? Like what's gonna happen? I was
Yeah.
hoping that Daniel Bryan was gonna say something like, we're gonna throw some sort of event like a tournament where it's gonna lead to two people fighting at WrestleMania for the belt,
That would be then that would have been awesome.
or that we're gonna hold the belt and have an event at Mania where the women go at it,
Yeah.
But the fact that they decided the belt last night was kind of weird for me. What about you?
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, they usually do hold tournaments. I think what was it? I don't know. I think when wasn't it when Seth Rollins got injured, they held a tournament for
Yeah, they
that.
did.
Yeah, I remember that they did. They held a tournament for that. But with the women, they're kind of like, all right, I guess they don't see it as big, like whatever, one-on-one match, and then whoever wins takes the title.
Were you
But
happy? Were you happy
yeah, it
with the
was
victor?
weird. I mean, yeah, I mean, to be honest, look. So Becky was the first is the first time or was the first time SmackDown Divas champion. But I wanted Becky to also be the first two time.
Oh, all right.
Like I legit wanted Becky to
Yeah.
win, but she didn't win. They gave it to Alexa, like whatever. I mean, I was fine with her
Yeah.
anyway. But you know, they should. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I was hoping for
I
a
don't know what
tournament. I really was
happened.
hoping for some sort of tournament.
Me too. I mean, that thing that's actually a good idea that you're bringing it up. Like, okay, have a tournament, and then have the final at WrestleMania, and then that would really make the SmackDown Women's Championship match really
Yeah, because
interesting.
there wouldn't be a champ, and whoever gets crowned would be like, it would be a moment. It would be you won the
Yeah,
tournament and
definitely.
you got crowned at Mania. Like that would have been dope. Like you could have had. Because then this way you get to include everybody. You get to give Carmella some TV time. You get to give everybody a
Yeah,
little match. Here and there. Maybe bring up. Didn't they use Aaliyah from NXT one time? And and
I think
SmackDown, like
yeah.
just throw them in there. Throw them in there, even though they're
Just
gonna
throw it
lose,
there.
but throw them in there for a little tournament, whatever, and then decide it at Mania, and then whatever happens there happens. But I was happy with who won because it probably means that she'll be at WrestleMania.
Yeah, yeah. You'll get to see her. I mean, come on. I mean, SmackDown. This whole injury thing is kind of like weird. Like, was Naomi? I mean, expected to go to WrestleMania, and then unfortunately the injury
Yeah,
happened. Is that what happened? Okay, well, I get because I'm like, why is SmackDown's becoming all flip floppy with their women's title too? But then again, like if with the whole Naomi being injured, then it kind of makes sense. You gotta have to like, relinquish it, give it to someone
do you think she's
else.
really injured?
I mean, I guess. I mean, that would be messed up.
If they,
I mean, I hope it wouldn't make sense. Like, just give it to her for like a week, and then
well,
like give her like a Sasha title
well,
reign. There's like 2 weeks and give her back.
WWE is notorious for this though.
Yeah, it just doesn't make
You remember Zack
sense.
Ryder
Like,
when he won the IC, the next day he lost it.
yeah, I mean, see that I would agree to. Like, hey, Zach, so you're gonna win the title, and then tomorrow you're gonna lose it. Then I would be like, okay, I'm winning Armenia, so that's cool. But if it's like if I was Naomi, it's like, hey, you're gonna win it, then you're gonna like give it up. Like, I would agree to that just to say I was champ. But other than that, part of me like, nah, screw it. Like, what's the point? Like, just have Alexa keep it. Like, if I want to legit. But if you really, but they're talking about that people these days, they grew up when the title was prestigious and meant something. Growing up in the 90s, like, these titles were like legit, and people wanted
nowadays the person makes the title. It's
Yeah,
reversed because back then the title made the person.
right.
Now it's the other way around. But I mean, you're right though. I don't know if I'm just old school and I'm used to people. But then again, look at Kevin Owens. He's had a real reign.
Yeah,
Like that's what I'm used to. Like somebody having the belt for a long time. Hold the title and basically, do something with it, as opposed to like, I mean, if she's really hurt, then I get it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
understand
yeah.
it because
It's a reason for the flip flop.
yeah, because in reality, you've had three different champs. I mean, you had Becky Lynch for a while. She had it for a while. It's not like it was flip flopping with her. And
Yeah,
then, Alexa took it from her. And then her run was it wasn't short, but it wasn't long either. It was kind of
yeah,
moderate. But when she lost, I was like, all right, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to have Naomi wrestle at home in WrestleMania. Like I
yeah.
understood what they were trying to do, but I think the injury has to be real because it just wouldn't make sense to
Exactly,
to play with
exactly.
somebody's emotions like that. Because if I was working for them and WrestleMania was gonna be in Pacoima, right? And
Yeah.
I have the title finally after like 8 years of service.
Like what? And then like 40, and this is like just say like 40 days before the actual event, the big
Yeah,
event. Like so close to the event, you're the champion. Like, oh shit, this is awesome, and no pay-per-views in between.
and you just take it away from me, like part of a story. Like I would feel like I'm getting kind of like backstabbed a little bit.
Yeah, that's why a part of me. I mean, like it's good. I'll be like, yeah, dude, I get to say I'm champion. But part of me would be like, nah, dude, like I just to have it for a week, just keep it.
I
I
don't
don't
want
want
it.
it. Like,
It's a joke.
yeah,
It's
like
a joke
just
to me.
yeah, like it's a bull.
What about
But with the Zack Ryder thing, to he won it at Mania and then lost it the next day, so that's cool. At least because he had that
yeah?
moment.
You
I
get
guess
to
they do it for the moment, so that's kind of worth it. But I mean, with the whole Naomi, it's like
nah.
you're winning it, not winning it at Mania. It's just a pay per view, and then
Not only that, but they're
and
teasing you
then
because you think you're gonna be.
yeah, that's a big one. They're teasing you, and not only is it just a pay per view, it's a pay per view before
Yep.
WrestleMania.
So
That's like, oh, that's the ultimate
I think the
tease.
injury is real unless they're that savage.
Oh, it has to be for her sake. Yeah, it has to be real because that would be
It's not
terrible.
like she's a brand new employee either. Like I'm sure they have respect for her. Enough to
Yeah,
like not mess with her like to the point where it's like, okay, here we're just playing games with you. But moving on
yeah,
from that, um, I've noticed something with Enzo and Big Cass that I don't understand. I don't know if you can explain it, but even when they win, it seems like they just get their
yeah,
ass kicked.
yeah. They do. They can never like actually win. Wait, so they won the match for the number one contender. To face the club at
At the
was at
fast
the
lane.
fast lane, and so they win. Enzo's talking shit, and he gets like booted in the
Yeah,
face.
like his head almost gets knocked off.
Oh
I didn't.
god.
First of all, I didn't get his point. Like, why are you talking shit? You already won.
Yeah,
And then I don't
yeah.
understand why he's standing there and just takes a boot to the face.
That's it. Is Enzo like a wrestler to you, or is he just like a guy?
Honestly, at first, I respected Enzo. Like I really did. But he's not a wrestler, dude.
He's just like a
No, he
dude.
was a
Like
freaking gimmick.
he's not like, hey, dude. Like, hey, meet my friend Enzo. He's a wrestler. Like, I can't really. You know, he's just like a, I don't know, he's just like a TV star, I guess, because he appears on TV every week.
He's
He's
good
just
on the
like a,
mic. He's great on the mic.
he's definitely good on the mic, really good on the mic. You, despite that video I sent you, of that girl looking super bored, despite that,
Well,
he's
I
good on the
get it though.
mic.
I mean, they do this every week. It's
Yeah,
gonna burn out. It's kind of like the New Day. I used to get hyped up when they
I
used to come out, but now I'm like, man, I'm over these dudes.
all right. So when I first saw Enzo and Cast, I did the whole thing, you know, the whole like chants. And now, was it 2 days ago? I was just like, whatever. I'm not a chanting person, by the way.
You're
I don't
you don't
chant.
clap,
I don't do. I clap. I actually do clap. I don't chant.
so you're not an
Um,
active fan. You're just there.
yeah, I'm just there. Like, I don't really. I'm not a. I don't really participate. So you won't see me on the TV, like, because I'm just not gonna do shit. Like, there's a. I'll be like, it depends. I mean,
Are you like that in
when
sports? Like if you go to a Dodger game
not
and they hit a home run to win the game.
no Dodger game. I'm actually a little more active. Like, if there's a hit, I clap. If there's a home run, I get up and cheer and stuff like that. But in wrestling, I don't know. I guess it's got to be a match involving my favorite wrestlers or something. Because when I saw Charlotte do that moonsault on
Yeah.
Sasha, I was like, "Holy shit!" I was just like, "Fuck!" But it's nothing. I'm not gonna be like exaggerating my facial expression. I'm not gonna be standing up. Like, I'm just like, "Oh shit!" It's just like, and then
Well, I mean,
we
that's
could,
kind of like I guess that's just your personality because that's the same way
yeah,
you are with trading cards. Like, I mean,
exactly.
again, we're polar opposites.
I show emotion, but not like like type of emotion you would expect. That's just how I'm just dull, man. I'm just like whatever. I mean, I'm just like, oh, this is awesome, but like that's the most you ever like hear from
You
me,
don't show
you
any
know?
725 emotion.
No, nothing.
Over
Alexa
the top.
Bliss,
Over the
kiss
top.
over the top.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's just inside. I'm like yelling. I'm like, fuck. But outside, I'm
Is
just
there a
like, oh
reason for
shit.
that? Like
I don't know. It's just,
where you
I
just
don't.
don't feel like
I think my brother's worse.
well, that he's just completely dull. Like he's just there.
He's just like he's not gonna do nothing over the top. My brother's not gonna do over. He's not gonna react over the top. He's just gonna be like me, like, oh shit, that's it. But nothing like we're never gonna jump up and down
Damn.
unless we fucking lottery or something. But um, it's gonna be something crazy. But yeah, it's just how I am. I'm just
It's just your
I'm
personality.
just like, oh, Sasha Banks gonna be in the fucking Walmart that I'm always at. Oh, that's cool.
Wow. See, that's what was shocking because I was like, I,
All right, let me tell you something. I hate long lines. I hate people. I hate crowds.
wow.
There's obviously exception to this. I go to like big events, like WWE and NXT. There's a big line. The only thing I'm good with that, I'm cool with that, is because I have a ticket. Like something's like guaranteed. When I gotta wait in line for something, it's 50-50. And yes, you can say like taking the chance is like fun, it's cool, but I don't know. I just kind of don't like that. It doesn't really appeal to me. So like that's why I could never be like a sneakerhead. I can't like wait in outside of doors and wait for raffle tickets. I just can't do that. I have to have like a ticket. So it's got to be guaranteed. Like, all right, there's a purpose why I'm
Why I'm here?
here in this
Why
long
I'm
ass
putting up with
line and
this?
this freaking why I'm putting up with this. Yeah, other than that, I'm just like I'm not really the type of guy. And I have a couple friends that are like that. They're kind of like, you know, more to themselves and they wouldn't really do something like that. I don't know. It's just that's just how
All
I
in.
am.
You're not
Like,
all in, basically.
yeah, not all the time. Sometimes, not all the
Sometimes.
time. But that's the thing with the whole Sasha thing. Like, I'll see her again. I'll see her. Actually, meet her. I'll meet her
I mean,
someday.
I'm sure there's going to be plenty of opportunities. I assume,
Yeah,
especially if they ever hold a WrestleMania in LA with when they build the new stadium.
yeah. See, that's it. That's especially because like with the WrestleMania thing, you just buy your ticket, you meet her. It's if you're lucky enough, you like with the whole access or whatever. It's guaranteed. You're for sure. It's proper. It's everything is like legit. But yeah, and then you don't really gotta like wait and hope.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's just me. You know, Maybe next time
You're busting. You're busting.
I'll go
You're
and,
busting.
if she ends up like a fucking Target North Hollywood signing,
Hey, so
you know.
as far as what happened last night with the battle royal, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be Cena and AJ Styles knocking each other out. You know, I thought it was gonna be that.
Yeah.
Although I wasn't upset when I saw Luke Harper in the end because I'm starting to buy into this guy. You know,
Yeah.
I have his autograph, dude. I have his undisputed, and that was a redemption too. You know, yeah.
Really? What you think about that when you first like opened it
When I
though?
first
When you first saw it, like Luke Harper, were you just like, "Oh, this is garbage," or were you
when I
like,
first popped the pack open and it said redemption.
because it wasn't no Bret Hart. It wasn't no
No,
Bret
it wasn't
Hart.
no Bret Hart. Bret Hart back to back redemptions was no joke. You know.
It wasn't no cranky grandpa Bret
Hey,
Hart.
I know you hate Bret Hart's conversations.
He's just out. The way he
Come
talks,
on,
like,
man. Give the man a break. He's a
like
legend.
he is a legend. Mad respect to Bret Hart, man. But it's just like,
No respect.
you know,
No
when you talk
respect
to
from you.
I'll respect, man. I'll respect. I respect what he does, but just it's like talking to like your grandpa
Old
and like,
stories.
yeah, like shit sucks now. Like back in my day, I didn't hurt nobody. Like now people like could die. Like Seth Rollins could kill someone. Like if they keep it up, he could like kill him.
You're right. You're
Like
right.
just
He does sound very repetitive too, and he does sound like one of those people that talks about how the old days were better. You know. But as far as that Luke Harper card, I
yeah.
honestly my reaction was like, great, freaking Luke Harper. Like, really, like, what is this fool ever gonna do with himself? And
Right. It's just like a way. It's just
and
throw him in
now
there.
I'm glad I never took it out of the redemption thing. Like, it still has a sticker on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna take it out eventually so I can put it in a screw down. But like now I look at that card and I'm like, this card is dope. Like, I don't know how you feel about him, but I like this guy. I like his character.
He's um it takes time with me. Like let's just say yesterday I was not rooting for him. Like I don't want to see a Luke Harper Bray Wyatt main event. Like no, don't do this shit. Where like he's in the family, then he gets kicked out, and then he rises above and challenges and wins the opportunity to main event WrestleMania and faces Bray Wyatt. Oh my God, what a story! Like, no, I don't want that. I don't, you got AJ Styles. Like, if AJ Styles loses, he's obviously gonna have to job to this guy. But
Oh yeah.
typical WWE, they wanted some drama and they created some drama and did the whole tie. What was it, Lex Luger Bret Hart
Yep.
status
That
or
was.
what? Who are
Yep.
those two? Let's do the whole Lex Luger Bret Hart thing and let's do it. And that's what they did. Let's recycle that. In 2017.
Honestly, though, I think
And
at this point, them doing that is I mean, it's kind of smart because you kind of get to buy time to see what you want to do.
yeah,
Because I think I'm sure they read what's going on, in the Twitter world or anything that has to do with social media.
I kind of wish they
I'm
did.
sure they're like, damn, people are not liking this. Like,
Yeah, but and then people don't like Roman Reigns, but you know what? Let's keep pushing him.
you're right. I mean, that's probably just Vince, though. You know,
Yeah, definitely. It's all
I
Vince.
mean, that fool. He always has his favorites, but like a lot like this, like the whole Randy Orton thing, saying, "Master, I'm not gonna face you." Like all
Yeah.
that, like you said, like he basically made himself a bitch.
I have a
What?
question. So next week, AJ Styles versus Luke
Yeah,
Harper, right? Is that gonna be a legit match, or is there gonna be like some shenanigans involved, and it's gonna, not resolve anything?
I say shenanigans. You?
Yeah,
I think they push it for another week. I think that it would be stupid for them to not do shenanigans at this point.
yeah,
Because why would you want to resolve it next week when you could have just got it over with yesterday?
yeah,
So
exactly.
how was it when Sasha's music dropped and she comes out and you're there in person?
It's just exciting, like like it's just like, oh shit, my wrestler's coming out right now, and it's always nice. That's when like the camera comes out. That's when the camera comes out. I see her entrance. I recorded. I was live streaming her match on Instagram, but people don't like watching live videos. They're really annoyed by that, and only like one person saw it,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Man, people are missing out. Like, if only they knew what I was live streaming." This is historic.
They don't.
But only one person watched. I'm like, whatever. So I recorded, put on my live feed. That's the only way you can get people to see anything, you know. So I did that, and yeah, it's always fun seeing Sasha, and it was such a good match. All right, let me tell you about when Bailey came out. First of all, my first time seeing Bailey, and it's crazy because it feels like I've seen her
I thought you saw
millions
her
of
before.
where
You had no?
I don't remember.
Oh no.
No, the last Raw I went to, she did not come
Oh.
out. She was in she cut a promo, but that's it. She wasn't like I saw her through a TV screen
Okay.
live. I
But
guess
she didn't show up.
she didn't show up, so I saw her first time. I saw those little inflatable things and stuff.
Oh, that's true. The
Uh,
friends.
First time, yeah, her friends. Her I don't know how Byron Saxton says it, but
I like the way he says it though.
yeah, no, waggy wavy, do man. Yeah, that. So she comes out, Stephanie comes out, Sasha comes out, and I'm like, okay, heel turn, heel turn, heel turn.
Nah. Too early.
Because the people always do a heel turn when the authority is out. And so, and this is from my vantage point. So there was a moment when Bailey was talking to Stephanie, and like legit, it looked like Sasha was mocking Bailey.
Really?
Like as yeah, from my vantage point, clearly like in hindsight, like she didn't, but it looked like because even though I was like a row from floor seats, it's not like like up there, you're not up in their face. So it looked like Sasha was mocking Bailey, like when you turn around and you're like behind them, like looked like she was kind of doing that, like, oh shit, this is perfect,
You thought it was coming, huh?
perfect. Just whack her in the head, just tell her, because what was the point? Oh, you just won because of Sasha,
Yeah, it sounded like they
right?
were trying
So
to.
yeah, so I'm like, so I wanted Sasha to be like, yeah, that's right, you won it because of me. Everything, your whole success is because of me. Blah blah
But
blah. There you go. There
no,
you
she
go.
comes up with the opposite. Don't listen to that crap.
I'm like, Sasha, shut up! Don't say that.
I did you
Turn
think
on.
for a minute that Bailey was gonna be an honest worker and just give the belt away? Hand over
No,
the
that'd
title.
be
Hand over the
weird.
title.
Nah, I didn't.
Apart,
I just like, no, that can't happen. I didn't think it
a
would,
part
and
of
it
me wanted
didn't.
that to happen though.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, yeah, because it's just like it's not her time.
Nah, she.
Like when it like build it like when they have Mania or something, just build it up, dude, or later on in the down the road, SummerSlam, whatever. Just build it up because NXT is cool, but all these NXT people come up and just win titles. Like kind of American Alpha, they didn't get no that much. They got a little build, but they just give them the titles. That's why their buzz has been going down. Finn Balor, he was cool. He's the exception. No one really people like that he came up right away and
People
won the
loved it.
title.
People loved it.
People loved it. Alexa Bliss, 3 months in, she wins the title. It's just they need to build them up a little
You
more
see,
because that's what they do. They're in the performance center. They gotta like work their way up, just like they work their way like they're in the NXT for like years and years at a time, and they go like Becky Lynch should have won the title. Alexa Bliss never won the women's title, and then they just come to a main roster. Here you go.
yeah.
But Becky Lynch took a while though. It took a
It
while
is.
for her.
It is weird
That's only
though.
because she was
How
with
all the NXT people get crowned.
Yeah, give him a little more time. Like give him a story. Like make him work for it. Like let him battle these main roster, these veterans for like a while, and then like finally redemption. But instead
Too
of
fast,
just
huh? Too early.
wait, all right,
Too early.
3 weeks. Because I feel like every week Triple H is like taking a picture with like an NXT person holding a title belt. Like every time I check, he's always taking like I'm always seeing these Triple H pictures like. With Alexa Bliss and with Alpha or like all these NXT people.
Yeah, I guess he's just trying to. He's trying to show off his product. I
Yep.
think that's what I think he connects more with those people than he does with the main roster.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's like, yeah, those are his kids. He raised them up, so he's definitely gonna, be
Yeah,
paying
he's
attention
biased
to
to
them.
them. So
Yeah,
yeah, but for
yeah.
me, what was weird was watching Bailey. She sits down next to the people that do the broadcast team, right?
I didn't even notice that until like I saw
Yeah,
it at home. Like she was coming. I'm like, cause I saw Dana Brooke come out and then Bailey come out of nowhere. Like, what the hell? Like freaking legit Bailey like saw her come out. Like she must have seen Dana Brooke, like running out like from the start. But I didn't know she was commentating. That goes to show how much I was paying attention
to Bailey
to stuff
from
away
the
from the
match.
Sasha and Charlotte
Yeah,
match.
but when
Yeah,
she went off and they announced that they were gonna fight each other, Charlotte versus Sasha.
yeah,
It was weird because I know Bailey's the champion, but when she was sitting down, I was like, uh, either Charlotte or Sasha feels like the champion. Like
yeah. It kind of felt like she was like, well, while she was commentating, she was like, "Man, I want to be just like them." And there she is with her holding
that's
the
how it
title
felt.
belt.
Like to me, that's the vibe that I
Yeah,
got, where it's like I don't understand. Like I used to get mad when Charlotte used to have the belt all the time, but at this point,
yeah,
like if she gets it back, like I wouldn't even get pissed.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, but it's good for Charlotte because she's proving that she's like, like she's legit. She's really good. Like, I'm being like, I've become really high on Charlotte. Like, she's legit. She's like I told you, like a five
Like
tool
she
player.
she's
She
she's
does
legit her
everything.
pops. You know.
Yeah, I mean, when with them title reigns, like you're racking up too faster than Flair, man. She's gonna be like 36 time, but by the time she's like
Because at
40,
first I didn't really like her just because I thought that she was kind of like just the daughter of Ric Flair. You know.
yeah, yeah, that too. I mean, I didn't really like her, especially when she was babyface. I'm not buying into
Yeah,
this.
it just seemed like she was very like she was just basically taking advantage of her last name. Like that's kind of how it felt.
Yeah,
Not her fault, but then now like I separate the two. Like it's not just Ric Flair's daughter. Like this is Charlotte. You know. Like for me, it just seems like she's already like hit her stride to the point where she's her own. Like even if you never connected her to Ric Flair, like it doesn't matter.
yeah, she's good. It's not. It's not like Charlotte has the ability of Eva Marie, and she's getting this. You know what
That's
I'm
messed
saying?
up. That's messed up.
She's
You
very.
had to bring in Eva Marie. That's
You know what I'm
just
saying?
wrong.
That would make sense.
That's just wrong.
That imagine Charlotte being having the skills of Eva Marie
And holding the title.
and having all this shit, holding the title for like ever, and not being a good wrestler, and just see that legit would be like that would suck. But Charlotte's damn good, and it's coming to the point where Charlotte isn't Ric Flair's daughter. Ric Flair is Charlotte's dad.
Yep.
Remember how she said that in a promo
The
one day? Like he's not like I'm not Ric Flair's daughter. Ric Flair
Charlotte's
is
dad. Yeah.
my dad. Charlotte's
That's what I
dad.
mean. Like, and I buy it. Like I see it. Like I don't. Before it was like, yeah, she's Ric Flair's daughter. Like, but now not anymore. Like, I mean,
But to be fair, I mean, with this new generation, it's gonna be like that. Like people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's Charlotte's dad, Ric Flair," with the
oh
little
yeah, these
kids.
little kids, they don't know anything
Yeah,
about Ric Flair. They're not gonna watch the old tapes. They're not buying
right.
Coliseum videos. You know,
Coliseum home
they ain't
videos.
buying that. They're not going on eBay for that type of stuff. So I
No,
get it. But what else stood out to you from SmackDown or from Raw that you were kind of like surprised or you thought was stupid?
I mean just the well the in Raw the main event was surprising. I actually thought Brock Lesnar was gonna come out during the main event and just like F5 everyone, but I guess he just cut that pro or Paul Heyman cut a promo for him. Trying to remember what else happened. I mean, surprising, like we talked about the Naomi thing. Alexa Bliss, two-time champ. That was definitely surprising.
Yeah, part of me thought that Becky Lynch was gonna win.
Um, yeah, I thought. I mean, the first she would have been the first
Two-time
two
champ.
the best option for to be the first two-time champ. Um, the battle royal,
What
that was
about
alright.
Botchamania?
The whole
Botchamania.
Oh, the Botchmania. Are you
Yeah,
talking
when
about the
Nikki
Nikki?
Bella was telling that.
Yeah, I just kept it like, I'm gonna throw you over, okay? I'm like, wait, did she just say that? So I like,
You had to
you
rewind. You
know,
had to
I was
rewind.
watching it. You know, hit the rewind, and I hit the rewind for like 6 times. It's like, I'm gonna throw you over, okay?
Yeah,
And then like, yeah,
that was weird, but it
yeah,
happens. It
and then
happens.
Natalia said something too, but I didn't understand.
It happens though.
Yeah, it happens, and it's gonna end up in Botch. Dude, the Botchmania catches like shit. Like you don't even like. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Like they catch people like talking to each other during pay-per-views, during like Raws. Like, dude, I didn't even notice that. But and I don't know how they could like decipher what they're
It's
saying.
weird. How did you feel about the
Yeah,
match
like
itself?
it was good. It was good. Oh, this is interesting that we bring it up, cause so it seems like Maurice and Nikki have a feud.
What?
Seems like Miz and John Cena have a feud. What does that? What do you
Uh
make of that?
oh. Are are you
What do you
talking
make of
about
that?
Cena Nikki versus Miz Maurice?
It could happen, man.
It is possible because Maurice has a real feud with the Bellas anyway.
It's crazy.
So I mean, and not only that, but John Cena clearly is not gonna be headlining WrestleMania.
Yeah. After that,
You know, so
thanks to the
and you
Miz.
know what? I think it's true because you know how the whole Natalia versus Nikki Bella, they've been going at it for weeks now.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of talk like in the promos about John Cena.
Uh huh.
Like he seems to be included a lot as far as when he's talking about when Natalia is talking about Nikki, right?
Correct.
So it seems like they're kind of like, they're kind of like hinting at them as a couple, even though everybody knows they're a couple. But they're talking
Yeah.
about them way too much,
A lot.
So I can see that happening, especially because Miz and Maurice, you know, I mean, Miz has been making noise, with
Yeah.
every time he gets the microphone, he does real well.
Yeah.
He delivers. So I mean, to not have Cena or Miz do anything at WrestleMania would be kind of stupid.
That would be a good match. Would you like
I would
that?
enjoy that match.
Miz. I mean, you'll if it happens, you'll be there live to see it. So Miz and Maurice versus John Cena and Nikki
That would
Bella.
be a cool match. That
That'd
would
be
be
cool.
that would be different. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I know they've done that in the past where they do the mixed tag matches,
Yeah.
but it would be something that would be like, oh wow, like I didn't expect this. You know.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that guy, the cruiserweight guy, the Asian dude? What's his name? No, no, no,
TJ.
no, the new one.
Oh,
The one that
Tozawa.
goes. Ah, ah,
I,
ah.
ah. So Tozawa, he used to wrestle in Dragon Gate. I never really, I can't say I've seen that promotion
Yeah.
at all. People tell me it's pretty good. So he used to wrestle. I think he in PWG. He had like a couple appearances, but I was like stoked to see Tozawa. I was telling my brother, dude, like, it was because like just seeing these Japanese wrestlers, like I've seen Nakamura, I've seen like all the New Japan guys, and that to add Tozawa to that list, it was awesome. And yeah, obviously it was like a little, it was like a no, what was it? It was a no, it didn't even have a finish. It didn't even start.
Yeah.
A no contest, I guess. A no contest. That kind of sucked, but I mean, I just enjoyed the fact that I got to see him and his entrance, and just even though he just got beat up and that's it, but that was pretty cool. But I like him. It's kind of sucks because you can't really like, you gotta see his Dragon Gate stuff because when you if you just stick to WWE, like this guy's a joke or but that's just like every wrestler though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're supposed
That's
to
every
wrestle a certain
wrestler.
way in WWE, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with Tommy. Like, dude, if you just see his WWE stuff, you're just like, this guy's nothing. If you see everything else before that, you're like, this guy's legit.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Why do you think that happens?
I don't know. I mean, it's just the way they're used. They're just, they're not used to their full potential. And usually you gotta like, you just gotta wrestle the WWE way. And not everyone could really like do that and do it like really well,
How do you
despite them being
how do
like
you feel
good.
about the Usos? What they've been up to?
That's I mean it definitely makes them
I like
interesting.
them.
I'm telling you, like these I don't know if you saw Talking Smack or not, but they came on. They're just like really fun people, like really cool people. And then like Daniel Bryan mentioned, like dude, these are and Renee Young, these are really cool people to be around. And that's outside, outside of the ring. But inside the ring, they're like like these scary, like intimidating dudes,
Yeah.
And I like them. I definitely, I'm telling you, these heel turns like really work wonders for some wrestlers, man. Um, I really enjoy them a lot more. I kind of like them even beforehand when they're all like, all Hawaiian and
Yeah.
shit. But
Now they look
now
like G's.
these G's and
They
stuff like
dress like
that,
you, all black.
they're all black. There
All
you
black
go.
with some white lettering. You know. I like it.
Yeah,
I hope they win the titles.
yeah, maybe yeah. It's they'll probably be the team to take out
They deserve
Alpha
it.
if
I mean, they've paid their dues. They've been there long enough. You know. So if
yeah,
anybody's gonna
definitely.
take the titles away from Alpha, it should be veterans, not these
Yeah,
newbies. You know, not. I mean,
I was hoping Usos would win the titles from Heath Slater and Rhino, and then they have it for a while, and then
takes it.
Alpha like, because that would have been a great storyline. Because didn't Usos like messed up Gable's leg, and they took him out of the pay-per-view. Like this would have been like, it's kind of like, all right, we're gonna knock you out with a title picture, and we're gonna take advantage. We're gonna win the titles, and and then I would make a great redemption story for Alpha. You build them. Like, dude, we want to be back on the spotlight again. Like, it's not fair. You guys took us out of it,
That would have
and
made
so
sense instead of
and then have them battling, and then these kids, these people love like these
dogs,
like feel
underdogs.
stories, huh? These underdog
They love it.
stories,
People eat
you
that.
know.
People eat that shit up.
So, and then once Alpha wins, there's a big pop and stuff like that. Now just people are like, oh, okay, cool. Alpha's, they're like okay about them. Nothing too.
Well,
They're not high
again,
on
that
them.
goes back in the '90s. That's how they would do it. You would have a guy
Yeah,
take forever, and then when he
exactly.
gets crowned, then it's a real celebration. You know,
I
Shawn
miss that.
Michaels comes to mind. WrestleMania 12. I
Yeah,
mean, it was the boyhood dream became a reality, but it took him years to get to that point. I mean,
right.
that fool was IC
Yeah,
champ all the time, but as far as having the main one, I mean, it took him forever. But when it finally happened, like it goes down in the books. Now, like if you're gonna show me an image of Shawn Michaels holding the title in the middle of the ring, right, on his
yeah,
knees, and then you're gonna show me the image of Bayley winning her first title at Raw, like what is this?
yeah. Or
What is this
Naomi.
joke? You know, it becomes to me. It's like, how am I supposed to respect? How am I supposed to respect your victory? Like, the you need to have the setting as well as the person. I mean, I respect the
Yeah.
wrestlers. I mean, I still like Bailey and everything.
Like how you gonna build up Bailey? Oh, let's build her up by having her beat Charlotte like 2-3 times in a row, and then have her face Charlotte for the title and have her win. Like there's no, like, if anything, people are gonna like Charlotte more.
I mean, that's just dumb. Like, so you can beat the main one like nothing, and you just came
Yeah.
out. That's like,
Same thing with Naomi. I think Naomi too. Remember how she kept beating? I think 2 weeks or whatever. She beat Alexa Bliss. Title match. She beat Alexa.
yeah, the same
Like it's
thing.
just there's nothing. Like Charlotte's the underdog here because she can't win. She can't go over the hump and beat this
They reverse
person.
roles, which is really stupid because
They've done it a lot with Ziggler and the 2-on-1. Oh, but the heel is like the one with the disadvantage. Like that doesn't make sense. That's why when Apollo Crews got his ass kicked, people are like, "Thank you, Ziggler."
because
Like it's
it
weird.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, just like what's up
They,
with this reverse role thing,
they're trying to
man?
make the
Just like
underdogs the favorites. You know,
yeah,
you're supposed to make the underdog lovable by feeling
exactly.
bad for him because he's always losing, and then when he
Yeah,
finally wins, he could.
it's like a big thing. It's
Yeah,
like
because he couldn't. That's the thing, though. Like these people, like these wrestlers, are not connecting to the people, because regular
Yeah,
people don't win all the time that easy. You know, the working
exactly.
man doesn't always get a bonus. You know what I mean? So you can't have it so that, oh yeah, like, how are you gonna connect with that wrestler? Like, how are you gonna cheer for them when they're being crowned like it's a joke? Like, now, if that wrestler keeps getting their ass beat every week when they're attempting to win,
Mhm.
and then they finally do it, you're like, I can kind of I can relate to that. I
Yeah,
mean, as a two-time Super Contest entry person here, like, if I were to win the third time, I would feel like that struggle would mean something. If I win the Super
exactly.
Contest the first year, am I gonna be happy? Of course, I'm gonna be happy, but I'm gonna feel like, oh shit, this was too easy.
Yeah.
Like, it was a joke. Like, one year I'm in and I'm already the champ. Now, if I were to win it, let's say it takes me 7 years, or maybe I never win it, but let's say it takes me seven
Uh-huh.
years, I would feel like all those years that I lost would actually mean something now.
Exactly.
Like, all those people that were better than me are no longer better than me. I had to build
Right.
myself up to that level. So these people are not being built. Either they're not being built. Here's the problem: they're not being built and being crowned, or they're not being built and just getting dumped on the side. That's what they're
Yep.
doing.
It's either one or
I don't
the
know.
other.
I mean, Breeze Dangle. I know you were a huge Tyler Breeze fan. I never got to watch him in NXT, so I don't know what you saw. Obviously, you had to see something, you know. But how do
Yeah.
you feel he's being treated now?
It's just I don't know. It's just I think they're just working for the sake. They're there just for the sake of getting paid. Like just
Working.
like you walk into your job, work. That's it. Like it's just I don't know. I feel like they're obviously at a dead end. They reached that ceiling. I don't know. I don't know how these wrestlers. I think these wrestlers have to have like the thickest skin ever to go through shit like this and be like, dude, like they ain't gonna do shit with you, but you still got to show up every day. You still got to travel like crazy, like as much as someone who wrestles every day. You got to travel everywhere. And if you're lucky, you have a match. And you're lucky, it's like more than 5 minutes. So it's
I
crazy.
mean, I guess the only way they can look at it is it's either this or a regular job.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
you still get to go out there even though you're jobbing and you're basically losing every
Yeah,
week. I mean,
fashion
you still
fofo.
get to go out there and give people tickets, fashion
Yeah,
tickets. But
fashion. Oh yeah,
it's still, I'm sure it's still a fun job. I'm sure in their heads they're not where they want to be. You know, I can see Tyler Breeze being IC champ. You know,
yeah. I mean, definitely.
he's got the swag. You know,
He would he would make a great IC champion.
he's got the swag. Like, will I ever see him be the main champion? Nah, I
Yeah,
don't think he
nah.
would be able to carry a company. But I can see it. He could be like Rick the Model Martel.
Yeah,
He could
perfect.
be like that guy.
There's a lot of people that have had that kind of like swagger that he has. Just like that. Like I look
Rick the
good.
Model
I'm like,
Martel was that guy,
you know, stuff like
and
that.
it worked out for him. He was IC.
There you go.
So I believe he was. I think he was. But but I mean, at least he had a pop. At least he had stories. This guy, he's just there, dude. Like, they don't even show his entrance. He's just waiting.
Right? He's just like he's in the ring, like now in the ring,
He's basically
Breezango.
Barry Horowitz right now. Like yesterday, my girl was like, I told her American Alpha versus Tyler Breeze and Fandango, right? And she's like, well, I
Yeah.
don't want to watch the match, but I want to see them come into the ring because it's cool. And then I'm like, all right, here. And she's like, wait, they didn't even show their entrance.
They
I was
skipped it.
like, yeah. I mean, that's what they did.
That's just
And then
how
I
it
see the
is.
American Alpha entrance, and it's cool. Like, again, I'm never gonna go away from the notion that it reminds me of the Steiner brothers.
And the fact that they keep bringing up the Steiner brothers, and then every time they do their moves, like the whole
They
bulldog
talk about
thing,
it.
yeah, they always talk about it. So I mean,
It's
you can't forget it. You're always gonna
Yep,
remember them.
it's just gonna be stuck there. But I mean, it sucks. It sucks for those guys that they're being utilized that way. But it's good that they have that job and they get to do that for a living, though. Not a
Yeah,
lot of people can say that. I mean, look at Vaudevillains. They disappeared.
yeah, it's true. You tend to forget about them until someone brings them up.
I'm
Like,
literally
oh
staring at a
shit.
Simon Gotch rookie card right now in front of my face, and I'm like, do I even want to keep it in a sleeve? Do I
Right?
just throw it in the trash? Like,
That
what are these guys gonna do? Like, they're never on TV.
yeah.
And here's another.
Like do I even want their rookie figures now? Like I wanted it so badly like last year.
Yeah, and now it's like I don't know if
I
I
was
care.
like, stock went down, way down.
Luke Gallows and Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like what they're doing with those guys.
Yeah.
They're
A lot.
they're getting punked. They're using
And they're doing a bad job at punking people. Nerds.
like, come on, man.
This come on. Every time they come out, they say that they remind us of their accolades. IWGP champions,
That's cute.
champions around the world, all this stuff, blah blah blah, and then they come and just just fuck around with them, make them look like jokes. I mean, the other champions, but I mean, other than that,
That's
it's
cute.
just like
That's cute. But do you see this match happening? Do you see Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe at Mania?
Yeah, they're making it seem that way. This either has to happen at Fastlane, and if it doesn't, then yeah, I mean that's cool, but I would expect something bigger for Samoa Joe. But at this point, you don't even know what to do, with the whole Rollins thing out. But not that he would have had a match anyway, had he been, because that would have been Triple H's spot. But I don't know. I mean, maybe just throw him out there with someone random. So they just chose make him feud with
Poor
Zayn.
Sammy.
Like
Poor
or
Sammy. Poor Sammy.
Homeboy's gonna now. Samoa Joe's gonna fucking destroy this guy now. He's gonna be on the show.
This guy's the king of getting destroyed, dude.
Yeah. Seems like
Honestly,
yeah.
The last relevant match with Sami Zayn in it, where I respected Sami Zayn, was Zayn versus Nakamura.
Yeah, that was great. That was really good. After that, it's just like
it's been shit.
His most notable matches were, I think it was a break. No, was it Backlash? I don't know what it was. It was against Battleground. Owens versus Zayn, or Zayn won, and then Nakamura Zayn. Other than that, and the main roster is like whatever. But those two were like
a victim.
Yeah, but wouldn't he make a good champion?
Well, here's the thing: we're talking about people need to be victims and then be champions, right?
Yeah.
This guy, he's taking it to the extreme. Like,
you're just like, no way.
Every person that he fights beats his ass. Kevin Owens beat his ass. Braun Strowman toyed with him. Samoa Joe is having his way with him. Like, how? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, how are we supposed to respect you if you actually become champ? Like, I don't know. I mean, you need to have some sort of struggle, but this guy, he's all struggle.
Struggle City.
This guy's not some struggle. This guy's all struggle, dude. Like,
all
this guy's Andy Dalton. Can't win a playoff game. Can't win a fucking playoff game.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're gonna do with this guy. I feel bad for him though. I feel more bad for him than I do for Tyler Breeze, because at least Tyler Breeze comes out, he'll take a pin. But this guy, he'll get tossed around.
Like, he'll take a pin, but you gotta like freaking break your body before you do it.
Shit, I'd rather be Tyler Breeze right now. Collect the paycheck, kick it, wear that little shirt.
Like wear the little shirt. All right, take a German, take a suplex, take your finisher, or that's it. Call it a day.
My body.
take a couple punches, take a German, take a overhead suplex. Let me take your finisher. All right, that's it. Cool little 5 minutes worth of
Look,
taking bumps though, right
here's the
there.
thing. 1-2-3 Kid has had more wins than Sami Zayn.
Shit.
More quality wins. This guy wins by surviving 10 minutes. That's not a win.
Or well, they did set up that match with Strowman, right? Like just to survive. That's literally Sami Zayn survive like 10 minutes and you're the winner.
That's not a
what
win.
happened.
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
It's definitely not a win, but that it was a win. I mean, when according to that stipulation.
Good. That's cute. You know, I
don't
know, man. You know who this guy is? Modern day
Who?
Virgil. That's who he is. That's Virgil. Who he is. Modern day Virgil. Never did shit. Always lost. And always got tossed around.
I will give more respect to Sami Zayn though. I wouldn't bury him that much. Like I feel like all right. So there's a person next to me with the Sami Zayn. Like we came here to see Sami Zayn, and I felt so bad because he came out and he just got wrecked. I'm like, well, there you go. There you saw. There it is, and then the match was over. When Kevin Owens beat his ass, and that's it. And like, yeah, and then it's just like, I respect people who are sticking with them. You know, the underdog from the underground.
Man, this guy's the underdog of the underdog.
He's the underdog's underdog.
I mean, this guy's at another level. Like, we're talking struggle, but come on, man. As far as Carmella, I don't know what they're doing with her. She was probably doing house shows this week.
I think that's all she does. I mean, every time was she not in the? She was in on SmackDown yesterday, right? Damn.
I guess what they did was they said, you know what? Let's take this useless guy in Ellsworth, and let's pair him up with her, and let's throw him to the side because we can't do anything with him.
Can't do anything like. So let's make him more annoying.
Let's either keep him away from the crowd or make him more annoying. But my gosh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with those people. Don't be surprised if they're gone. You know,
yeah.
I mean, kind of like Damian Sandow. You know,
Sandow, dude, he's so weird now.
You know,
Tamina's supposed to be coming back. I'm surprised she didn't come back yesterday. She's doing house shows now.
I mean, if you're doing house shows, you're back working, but
yeah, she's working. But TV time, well, I guess. But then again, they gotta find something for her, and a lot of people, a lot of times they can't. They don't know what to do. Like I don't know, Tamina. I don't know. Either pair you up, you know, take the role she used to have and be a bodyguard. She used to be AJ Lee's bodyguard. She could just do that. I don't know.
When's it?
I think she has to do something like that because like solo, I don't think they'll give her like a little solo run. I think she has to be paired up. She's got to be like the Diesel.
She's got to be somebody's Diesel. That's a great reference. That would work. Yeah. Be a Diesel, jackknife people.
That's it.
Just, you know, have a glove.
I don't know. Please don't be in a 10-minute match, but just come wreck shit.
Yeah, just interfere matches.
That's it. Do your thing. That's it. Stay away from the ring. Do your thing.
I mean, it's too late. It's not.
Occasionally put in a tag team match, and that's it. But nothing. No solo run.
Well, before we wrap it up, a guy came to my job yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know where he got this from, but he's an older man, but he's an avid wrestling fan. And he was saying that Kelly is probably gonna come back.
Oh really? I've been hearing that, and then the only thing that makes me think so is WWE ran a poll that said which person or female wrestler would you like to see come back? You know, you had Melina, Kelly, like Eva Torres, and all these, and then the one with the most votes was other.
Really?
Which tells me AJ Lee, because AJ Lee wasn't part of it.
They don't want to put her name. They don't want to associate themselves with any CM Punk stuff, huh?
Yeah. So this is a good way to segue into the movie that I saw being filmed.
CM Punk. What happened there?
Yeah. All right. So Raw goes off the air. The Rock's music hits. Here comes The Rock again. The Rock comes out. It's like, he explains, hey guys, we're gonna film this. I'm doing this project about Paige's family. They had us record cheers. They had us record boos. They had us record like this is awesome chants, like just random stuff like that they could put in
Yeah.
the movie. And then okay, and then he explained that, and then the crowd started chanting
On
CM
their own?
Punk on their own, and he's all like, "Oh, guys, he's not in this movie or whatever." And then he kept taking shots at like, and he's like, "I want you guys to boo," like if Roman Reigns was in the
The
building.
Rock was saying this?
Yep. And then he mentioned John Cena, and then he's all like, "John Cena's not in the movie. We actually want to make a good movie." So he was just taking shots at everyone and shit.
Wow.
And then and so people just random loud CM Punk
Yeah.
chants, right? So he's like, you know what? Totally, The Rock always. What I like about The Rock, he does shit unscripted. Like the WWE did not like that he called CM Punk or attempted to. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna call him right now. And then like, holy shit, he's gonna call CM Punk. And then he's like, all right, shh. The whole arena went quiet so they could hear his
Yeah.
phone, right? And then it just rang, and it just went a voicemail. And so he left a voicemail. I was like, hey, CM Punk, I'm in the middle of Staples Center right now, and like thousands of people are chanting your name. And then you hear like the loudest CM Punk chants I've ever heard.
Wow.
Like, see, and then and then he left a message. And then apparently CM Punk called back, but I guess The Rock, he was in the middle of like, he didn't answer, or he couldn't.
That's pretty insane, though.
Yeah, like legit called CM Punk, and that's why I'm like, is this legit? So I go on Twitter, and CM Punk like he mentioned it. I was like, oh, thank you, Los Angeles. Like I heard you and stuff like that. So that's what happened, and so we're doing. They're recording us. They're like recording cheers, boos, like medium cheers, like high, like low, like how I don't know how you describe it. Like cheer, like a mild cheers, soft cheers. And like oh, act like if you just saw like a crazy move, like if I just hit the rock bottom on like John Cena or something, you like shit like that. And so
Wow.
and everyone's like reacting. So we had to do that. And then after that, I was like, all right, guys, that's the boring part. And I thought they were gonna screw us over. I thought that's all we were gonna see. Like, dude, I thought like I want to see the match. And then he's like, all right, that's the boring part. Now we're gonna film the match. I'm like,
You
oh
guys got
shit.
to watch it.
So yeah. So we got AJ Lee entrance. Fake AJ Lee come out. And I think AJ, she's Austin Aries girl, the person who plays
Yeah.
AJ Lee. I'm not sure if it's like actual actress or she just takes the bumps, because there's two people. There's the actresses and the people that
Yeah.
take bumps. I think she's the one that took bumps. And then Ricochet, aka Prince Puma's girl, Tessa Blanchard. She took bumps for Paige's character, and it was really cool seeing her. I'm a fan of hers. She came out she comes out in NXT, or she came
That's
out in
crazy.
NXT a couple times, and so like, oh shit, like I hope WWE signs her. Everyone's like chanting and like hoping that they sign her, whatever. Anyway, so they come out, and then they just rehearse the whole thing, like who are you? And then like, oh, I'm Paige. I just came here to congratulate you. And so the whole thing, the whole
Yeah.
promo. So they do that, and then they start wrestling, and this is with the actresses. So the actresses kind of like botch every move. They're not. I thought they were botching every move, but the thing is, they're supposed to pretend like they're hitting the move. So they do that, then they cut, and then then they're on the floor and they're selling it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But then then that's before I knew that the other, like the Tessa Blanchards and Austin Aries like girl, like they come out and they take the bumps for them. Like, all right, so we're gonna have the actual match. And so they do the superplex, they do the backbreakers, the freaking Widow's Peak, and then because what they do is like the actresses would go up to the top rope, like they're gonna do a superplex. Then they like gently get off the rope and they lay on the floor and like sell it,
So
I'm like, what's going on?
how long was that for?
That was like a good like 40 minutes, that whole thing.
Yeah, so it was a while after Raw, right?
Yeah, no, I think like after I want to say like an hour, dude.
But,
an hour.
But it was
the
after,
whole
though,
thing.
after Raw.
Yeah, after
That's
Raw,
a long
yeah.
time. So is that you got a bonus with your ticket?
Yeah, no, it's huge bonus. So like when I see the movie, I'm like, dude, I'm in that crowd.
You're there. I mean, when the movie comes out, you might even they might even show your face.
Maybe with my expressionless face.
Oh boy. Well, we're gonna.
So that's what happened, man.
So basically, that's gonna be a wrap for our first podcast.
It was a good one. Over an hour.
Next
you know?
week, we're hoping to do this every Wednesday, but if not, maybe on Thursdays. You know.
Maybe yeah.
We're gonna review again. You know what we see on Monday and on Tuesday. Hopefully we get some shocking stuff happening like we did this week.
Yeah.
Something to talk about because there's some Raws that are really bad and some Smackdowns that are really bad. You know.
I'm kind of like sad that SmackDown's not as good as it's been. You know.
Yeah, I mean part of it probably has to do with the with those little tours going on though.
Probably. I mean, there's rumors that SmackDown got new writers, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
We'll see what happens though. But as far as this is concerned, this is 725 with Larry G unscripted, and we'll be back next week, right?
Next week we'll be back at it again. Talk some more, and hope you guys enjoyed this show. First of all,
hopefully you enjoyed it, and. If anybody's going to be listening to this, hopefully you'll be listening to the next one. And you can tell someone.
Next one? And the next one.
Probably be covering different topics here and there once in a while, you know?
Yeah.
Like 8 a.m. coffee, you know?
Definitely.
Undisputed boxes.
Undisputed boxes. Depends. See, we do, you know, the stuff goes on throughout the week. You know, gives us more topics to talk about.
Or even, what is it? Danny Daniels is right now. She's hanging out at the Venetian right now.
There you go. So you're about to go and hang out with her, right? Or
we're probably gonna go to Chick-fil-A.
That's your spot
for today. But you know, Cane's is always it's probably the most convenient one, and probably I mean they're all good, you know. But
so you just don't like the Cane's coleslaw?
Nah, I'll throw that shit in the trash, like that video. Like that video.
Bro.
All right, but well, peace out. This is 725 and Larry G unscripted.
Signing out.
Lates.